So Samara, in your video, you were talking about how you were wondering if, because Jacob is in Canada and Tanya is in Alaska, they might meet up because it might be close by. And I was kind of wondering something similar. I was wondering if because Jacob is in Canada, he might like meet up with me. So, hello vloggers and viewers. This is your Friday dose of TwilikeOMG. My name is Brittany. I said that so weird. My name is Brittany. Oh, so tired. One kind of cool fact that I forgot to put in my audition video, I don't know why I didn't think of it. I have shaved my head. I shaved it 2 Mays ago, so not this May, but the May before, at an event called Relay for Life, which is a fundraiser for cancer research. And yeah, I had hair kind of like down to my upper back shoulders, and I went under the razor and I was bald, and it was actually really cool. Like, I wouldn't mind doing it again. I'm kind of in, oh yeah, isn't that sexy? I'm kind of in this awkward, still trying to grow it out phase. So in Samara's video, I just remembered something that I wanted to talk about. You were going over the quotes, which is awesome because I hadn't read them all, so to hear them was kind of fun. But you said you didn't know what one of them might be, and that was the one where Bella says, "Why am I covered in feathers?" And I kind of wanted to share my prediction with that. I think that that quote probably comes from the bachelorette party. Ray, you asked if we were compatible with one of the Cullens abilities, which one would we be? So I think the answer I decided was I'm probably most like Carlisle, and if someone's in trouble or if someone needs to talk or it needs advice, I really usually like to help people in that way, so I guess a compassionate person. I hope that made sense. Brianna, I feel your pain about being away when Breaking Dawn comes out. I'm not going to be away, but I did pre-order it because I knew that there are going to be so many people in the chapters and, well, whatever, the bookstores, that it's probably going to be hard to get a copy and it would be safer to pre-order. But the bad thing about pre-ordering is that it comes later than the, sorry, something just happened on my computer and I got distracted. It comes later than you would go to the bookstore and get the actual book. You have to wait a couple of days, so everybody's gonna be talking about it and I'm not gonna be able to read it, and I know that all my friends who love Twilight are gonna be texting me like, "Oh my god!" And then you were talking about the symbolism of the cover of Breaking Dawn, and I was thinking about it, and I don't know very much about chess either, but I did have some thoughts about the queen. I know the queen can move in any direction, so I was wondering if maybe like this is like so like, I don't even know, it's just thoughts in my head, it probably doesn't even make sense, and someone who really knows chess really well is gonna look at me and be like, just stop talking. Anyway, my thoughts. If the chessboard were kind of the vampire versus werewolf situation that might happen, if Edward turns Bella and breaks the treaty, then there might be some fighting between the werewolves and the vampires. If the chessboard represented the fight between the vampires and the werewolves, the queen can move in any which direction, so I'm thinking maybe Bella might be like someone who can be like a common ground between the vampires and the werewolves, kind of, because she can move everywhere. I don't know, that doesn't really make sense, I guess. Katie, you were talking about the spoiler and that Stephanie already wrote the scene for the wedding. And I don't know whether to be happy that she said that, like reassured, or really upset, because you said that the wedding happens at the start of the novel, and that just leaves like 300 or so pages for everything to get ruined. So, Becky, I think it's really hilarious that you hate Bella. So you asked what we think Bella's special power will be, and I'm not sure. One thing I've always thought about is that in Twilight, Bella was able to smell blood, and Edward was really confused about that because he didn't think that humans should be able to smell blood as strongly as Bella can. So I don't know if that was explained. I don't think it has. I read those books a lot, so hopefully I didn't miss something about that. But I think her ability to smell human blood might be indicative of something. I don't know exactly what. I think maybe she'll be really strong. Like she'll be a really powerful vampire, maybe? Or she'll be really hungry for blood, which isn't exactly a good power, but if you're a vampire, you know, your power's not necessarily going to be for good. So maybe she'll be able to smell blood so strongly that she won't be able to resist it. Rebecca, you asked if we could have the books end any way we wanted it to. How would we have it end? I wish I had that freedom. Okay. Yeah, Edward would be human, despite the fact that he would lose, like, the vampireness and the powers that make him sexy. I would like Edward to be human, and Bella to be human, and for them to be together. And I would like Jacob to imprint on someone, or at least be happy. So today's quote of the day made my heart go down in the dumps. Bella says, "Should I be afraid?" And Edward replies, "Terrified." I don't know what that means. It must be something bad must really happen for Edward to be nervous, because usually Edward feels pretty confident, and if he's afraid, he never tells Bella. So it must be something really bad. The Vulture probably come. But Edward never really felt scared about the Vulture before, and he always told Bella that it would be alright, and why wouldn't he just change her if they were on their way? It's very unusual for Edward to tell Bella that she should be terrified. That's what makes me nervous, because it must be something really bad. Or maybe they're talking about Alice and something she did in the wedding. Maybe I'm taking this all wrong and it's not actually a bad thing. Maybe Bella's asking if she should be terrified of what Alice had planned for the wedding or her bachelorette party or whatever, and Edward is saying terrified because he can see what's in her mind. So that's it for my video, and this is just a little note to tell everybody that we'll be taking a vacation from vlogging until Wednesday, because we're all going to be reading Breaking Dawn, except for me and Brianna probably. But yeah, so Samara will be doing her video on Wednesday, and then we'll go from there. So I hope that you enjoyed the first week of TwilikeOMG, and I will talk to you guys post Breaking Dawn.